You always remember special teachers you have a connection with. Norfleet second grade teacher Sally Secchio had the opportunity to build many special connections in her 34 years of teaching in the Raytown School District. Secchio began her career with the Raytown School District in 1985, and by 1986 she found what would be her permanent home at Norfleet Elementary, teaching second grade. Jessie Land, a former second grader and an alum of the Raytown School District, still has fond memories of Secchio from his time in her classroom more than 28 years ago.
I remember Miss Kessler at the time, now Miss Secchio. I remember her long hair. I remember her very kind disposition. I remember the Peter Rabbit play. I remember blowing yolk out of eggs and getting very red in the face doing so. So outside of that, I just remember it being a really good year.
I remember Jesse a lot because I knew the family. I had his sister, and so I just remember it was just a great family. Jesse was a very fun and he was an outgoing student, and he was very intelligent, just a fun student to have in class.
Secchio also taught Land's sister, just one of the many sibling duos she has had in her classroom over the years.
I've had some parent and several sibling duos, but I don't know that I've had a parent that I've had, as a student and then their child. I haven't had that.
Land, who still lives in the Raytown School District with his family, was thrilled when his son Weston, a second grader, found out he would also have Secchio as a teacher. A special connection that would now span a generation.
I just think it's so rare anymore for people to be almost in a profession for as long as Ms. Secchio has, let alone that all being as an educator in one building. Just knowing that she was a top-notch teacher too. It's just kind of cool from a generational perspective to have that happen, but this school is also a well-oiled machine, and there's good longevity and good stability here.
I thought that it was kind of funny that I had the same one as my dad.
Well, I just love the family. The Land family is a great family, and I can just see lots of similarities. I can see differences, but just a fun family, and they've got so many great things going for them. It's great to have Weston in class because I can see a lot of his dad, but then I can also see his own personality. I can see his own individual person coming to be.
Miss Secchio is a good teacher, and she teaches kids good things.
Secchio, also an alum of the Raytown School District, enjoys the tight-knit community feel that she's always experienced in Raytown. Building strong relationships with families is something that is very important to her.
I think that we provide the supports, we provide the activities, and it's just a nice home feel. It's a nice small hometown feel that people feel a part. I know I went to high school and junior high in Raytown, and it was neat after going to college and then coming back, being a part of the community. It's a great feeling, knowing that, you can go to a place and you think, I remember doing something there, or I remember seeing someone, or having an experience with someone. It's a fun feeling, it really is.
Land also enjoys the hometown feel and has fond memories of growing up across the street from Norfleet. This connection to community kept him in Raytown.
I wouldn't have thought 25 to 30 years later that my kids would have been coming to school here too, but life is kind of funny the way it works out. I just think that it's kind of a unique school district where it's not small, it's not small rural, but it's not, huge either. So it just, being an alum aside, our experience as a family has been really good.
There's just something special about being connected to a place, community, and school where you feel safe and ready to learn no matter what your age. A positive impact experienced from one generation to the next.
Just knowing that, the family, when, you have that connection, to know the family, that they know that you have their best interest. I think that makes a difference, that you've been around and you want the best for them.